Howdy.
Kill this, whatever it is.
All right, let's see if it kept our order.
I think I had just attacked, or moved, rather.
I wrote it down just to be sure.
I figured you would, because you're a very organized person.
Only when it comes to this.
Well, that's the only way. This is the only way I know you.
It's true. Get everyone's initiative back in. I feel like my autocorrect did something funny. Because I'm not sure who this is. I'll put everyone else in and then see what I come up with.
There's some kind of echo going on. Am I the only one who hear that?
Do you still have it?
I do.
Huh.
Oh. Maybe it's me? Should I mean, I have a microphone.
Oh, nope. There we go. Sorry, roll 20. I didn't have the audio turned off.
Oh, you're good. That makes sense. All right, now I need to remember how to get my picture up here.
Bottom right, where it says chat as, just change that to your character name and you're good to go.
Yeah, and I'm full on gnome now. No more messing around.
Yeah, looking at the order, it looks like you just finished your turn and the boss is up next.
Sweet. We get to actually see the boss, hopefully. I
Yep.
don't think we have yet. We've only seen the little fairy minions.
Oh, that's the autocorrect. It changed Bryn to Brian. And I was like, who is Brian?
There was no one named Brian in our game.
Yeah, it's like I feel pretty confident there's no Brian.
Yep, you are correct. Well, I'm gonna have to download this character sheet when I'm done because I'm dependent on other people on D&D Beyond that have bought books like you have digitally in order to make advanced characters like this. So I was excited to get this character, but I want to play it in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you copy it, it'll still be good. Because it's stored on your account.
It is, but I think when I'm not in your campaign, I don't think I have access. Like once you end the campaign, I don't think I'll have access to the same resources I had.
I think anything you've
download the PDF in order to keep the stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I think anything you've picked would stay, but probably anything you did when you leveled up wouldn't necessarily.
Right. Which isn't a problem as long as I'm in a campaign with this character that has bought stuff online. But I do play games sometimes that are not on D&D Beyond. And I'm lazy, and I want to use the D&D Beyond character sheets.
It is super nice. It is funny though. They definitely hooked me. I got the club account to use for the youth group, and I would definitely not have bought all the books just on my own. But then I've bought every subsequent book because I kind of feel like I have to.
Yeah. At least from my, I don't know if this is corroborated. You've played a lot more than I have, Colby, but it seems like
Hey, hey.
so. Seems like basically the core books for most people, unless you're like really want to run a module or something. The core books are Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Xanathar's, and maybe now Tasha's.
Yeah, you don't really need a ton of stuff, and you can even buy certain components like a la carte. Oh, whoops! That's a good thing I noticed. My D&D Beyond overlay is pulling my Thursday night game, which is Muppets.
Nice. Very
That
nice.
sounds like a delightful concept.
It does sound hilarious.
I really enjoy it. They just rescued. They prevented the assassination of the heir of House Blue, which is Bear in the Big Blue House. They rescued her from shadow assassins, but her advisors, who were two purple otters named Pint and Port, were turned into undead.
I'm still right here, aren't I? Underneath this wispy thing on the map.
I'm flipping over my my D&D Beyond overlay.
I was just trying to remember. I thought I was here somewhere. I was like, where am I on the map? Oh yeah, that's right. There was a wisp on me.
So, pardon me, I accidentally just drew a line in the middle of your map. I'm not sure how I did that.
It's draw a polygon line under the brush.
Fixed.
Thank you.
All right.
Try not to do that again.
So
Just don't click on the second one. On the left side.
Right, yeah, let's stick to the arrow.
Yeah. And the measuring tool. Like this. 35 feet away. Look at that. My kitty is 30 feet. I gotta remember that my kitty didn't do shit.
Oh yeah, okay. I figured it out last time, but I haven't been on Roll20 since our last time here.
Yeah, I feel that.
I really like it though.
Yeah. Now that we have the Beyond 20 extension, seriously.
Yeah, I love the crossover Beyond.
all right. Do we have everybody in?
Remind me again what this thing is.
Someone used Phantom Steed.
Oh right, yeah.
So there's a horse.
Well, technically I'm on the Phantom Seed, so it should be over where my guy is.
Ah.
You can drop it
That's
down.
how I was able to move all the way over there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
And
I wasn't on him when I did the movement, so I was just around to move the icon over there.
I have so many windows to manage right now.
Good luck.
Let's see. So it looks like we got everybody.
There we go. Oh my, apparently I can do that. I can chat as RoboCat.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, where is my
And Pat,
camera?
So we can see your character in the bottom. Can you switch to chatting as your character instead of just your name that you put in?
Who are you talking to? Sorry?
You Pat.
Oh, interesting. It's showing his character name on my end.
Yeah, I think he changed his name on, like, in the settings to his character name, but he's not actually chatting as the character. You can select it from a drop-down list. And if you select the one that's your character, it pops your portrait over your name. Like, this is me, and then if I select Ghost in the Net, with that, and then I can select RoboCat and come up with that. Does that make sense?
I see. I had the images Has such names only.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think last time it was helpful for like me keeping track of who's who.
I'm so excited to get back into this world, though. This is so cool.
Yeah, I think it would be easy if you ever want to
Woo.
run all your campaigns in the world.
Please.
I think I'm down.
Please, I'm so down.
Well, hopefully, I'll have time for that soon. Although, why is my Twitch freaking out?
Oh no.
It's capturing the wrong window, and I don't know why.
Oh dear.
There we go. Yeah, I forgot it. It does this goofy thing where, it won't share the camera with Roll20, and so if I sign into Roll20 first, it doesn't come on in Twitch.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a setting. This is officially like the 4th time I've streamed anything, and streaming while DMing means you can't fiddle with stuff because, yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
So anywho, we're back. We don't have Leon today, unfortunately, so I will autopilot his character and try not to kill him. So I feel like it's kind of sad when your character dies when you're not there, though. All right, so last time we played, you all.
Right.
That is the Unseen Servant.
Oh right. Okay. Where is the Winter Wolf showing up in the Turn Order? Do you
The Winter Wolf in the Turn Order is dead.
Okay. Cool.
So, last time we played, you all are all, at least temporary residents of the human city of Queensboro. You're in a world where it used to be a traditional fantasy world, and then at some point in the past, a human sorcerer king and a fey sorcerer king, to stop a war between their peoples, split the world apart. Not only did they split the human world from the fey, but whether by intent or accident, they caused this cascade that sundered all of the dimensions from each other. So this world developed in a fairly mundane, technology-driven way, much like ours. Except now, the dimensions are coming back together. So the Fae has begun to sort of intrude first, and presumably the others are coming behind it. So all of you have some connection either to the Fae or to Queensboro. We have Ghost of the Neon Court, who's sort of a breakaway group of Fae who don't belong to any of the pre-existing courts. We have Locke, who is a descendant of Fae who were trapped on the human side centuries ago. We have Leon, who was a Summer Fae who was actually exiled and is currently serving as a bit of an enforcer and bodyguard for the Fae embassy here under the auspices of the Wild Fae. We have Roland, who is an older human resident of the city, who is sort of the unofficial protector of Little Sylvain, which is sort of the Fae ethnic enclave in Queensboro. And we have Bryn, who is a summer lady, a fairly high-ranking Fae, but very young, who is serving as deputy ambassador to the human realm. You all were investigating a series of disappearances of small human children, all boys, which you believe to be connected to some kind of Fae activity. It turns out you were right, and your investigation has led you here to this park, where you have found a powerful Fae called a Grog Anon has taken up residence in this lake. You have gathered that the missing boys are somehow being held within the lake, which has been frozen over. You've been equipped with a ritual and ritual components that will banish the Grog Anon if you can complete the ritual. And just to remind you of the components that you have, they are...
I think they were in the chat before.
Yes, in the chat stays, which is really cool. I'll let someone double check me on the specific list. I will go by the list I have in my notes. So you need to trace
feathers and crumbs and razors. That's what we got.
Yep. So you need to make an outer circle of salt and cold iron dust, an inner circle of breadcrumbs and black feathers. Those are 90 feet and 60 feet in circumference. You need to set up and light 4 ritual braziers. And there's a ritual invocation that has to be completed that requires 10 rounds of sustained chanting. The chanting can be split amongst multiple people, and when you finish the chant, if all the other components are in place, you will banish the Grog Unknown. Mm-hmm. And you all had begun your battle, and we are on the Grog Unknown's turn, and that's where we're going to pick up. All right. So it is her turn. She is going to roll 1d4 plus 1. It is one of her special abilities. It's one of her actions.
But Locke probably can't see what you're doing.
No.
Okay, cool.
And...
Sorry, I got kind of stuck in my back pocket. That's why I asked.
you see the lake, the icy surface of the lake pulses with these blue and green and white light, and 3 more swarms of these glowing blue frigid sprites appear, sort of arrayed in between you and your destination. All right, it is Ghost's turn.
First, I'm going to have my cat start drawing the feathers and breadcrumbs circle.
All right.
So he's going to move as much as he can. Let me check what his speed is. 40-foot speed. So he's going to move and start making the edge of that circle. And that's going to be all of his actions, I think, until that circle's completed.
And so just to give you a frame of reference, easier math for it is 7 squares apart. And you'll need room for a brazier on each side. So you need a space that is 9. You need a square that is 9 squares in each direction.
The 45 feet.
And yeah, do we need it to be with like at the Frozen Boys?
It has to be anywhere on the surface of the lake.
Okay, in that case, he's going to come down here. He's just going to move down here, and just make space here, probably here by I think will work.
All right.
There's this big empty space here that's away from the rest of the fighting, so he's going to move. He's going to move to here.
All right, and it's going to take an action for him to sort of be sifting out the material as he moves, and that's he hasn't
started the circle yet. He's
right.
Moving here, and then he's going to move onto the ice next turn.
Yeah.
Start growing, and that's just going to be all of his actions until.
Yeah, and he has 40 feet of movement, so it'll take him about 2.5 turns to get that full outer circle.
Excellent.
All right.
No, I thought is the stone and feathers the inside circle or the outer circle?
Well, whichever you want to do. Inside circle would be 5 apart, and it would take 1.5 turns.
Okay, he's got the feathers. Roland was carrying the iron. Since he's not super useful in a fight, when he's done with it, I'll let you run that for me, I guess. Colby. and then when he's done with that circle, he'll run back to Roland and retrieve the cold iron from him.
Okay. We'll advance that as we get there.
Is that okay with you, Roland, and the rest of the group?
For me.
Okay.
All right, so what's Ghost doing?
He's going to make a claw attack against the sprites around him.
All right. To remind myself, yep, that's where you are. 6 will not hit.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. So that's action. You've commanded. Do you have anything else you want to do?
I do have 2 attacks per action, so then like
Okay. Go forward again.
There we go.
16 will hit. And there's not much to them. Your claws rake across, and they just poof.
Yeah. Cool. Just one get that the hell off me.
All right. That puts us to Leon's turn. Leon, I imagine, is also under a sprite. Yep.
Yep.
So first things first, he's going to attack one of the sprites. 16 will take it out.
Oops.
There we go. So that frees him up. Oh, these red squares were a wall of ice that was formed in front of you all. So Leon is going to try and go around. 1.
I think I was still invisible this turn, like, that ended though, right?
Yeah, when you attack, it would go away.
Okay, cool.
He's going to move half speed so he doesn't slip on the ice.
I'm gonna use this to mark when I'm invisible or not. Ninja mask.
2, 3. He's got one more attack. Does he have a ranged weapon? He has a hand axe with a 20-foot range. He's going to throw it. I believe you can throw it at disadvantage. Yep. Not ideal, but better than nothing.
Well,
Wow, he rolled super well, though. So he tags this nearest sprite. He just runs forward his big, giant leonine legs, pulls out this wicked hand axe, and, like, side throws it. And it almost flies through the air like a boomerang. It shouldn't fly like this. And just... and manages to smash, like, a dozen sprites in one motion.
Nice.
So that is his turn. Double checking. He is a champion. Okay. For some reason I thought he was a battle master. All right. And now it is time for these sprites. One sprite is going to go after Locke because he's right there. And another one is going to go after Ghost because he's right there.
Do they occupy my space?
Yes. They're tiny creatures.
They're way up in my business, yo.
Yep.
surrounded by swarm sprites.
So Locke, this swarm flies up in your face with these like gibbering little high-pitched voices. They swarm at you, and you manage to like not get hit too badly. Now they're going to swarm at Ghost. They're also going to miss. They're not very focused. They're like, they're a swarm of high-intensity, high-energy creatures. All right, on initiative 20. Oh, what's going to happen? Oops, layer actions. I'm looking at something else.
Not more sprites, not more sprites. Fingers crossed, not more sprites.
A 20-foot radius sphere of freezing cold is going to billow out.
Oh dear.
That
Well,
sounds
Similar to Hunger Radar.
So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So you just suddenly see this huge icy cloud sort of billows out. We're going to put it here-ish.
Okay.
And then it's Roland's turn.
I'm gonna draw the circles for the two, if I can.
All right. So right now the cat is set up to run the inner circle. So you want to go do the outer?
Trying to figure out how to draw them. Oh, that's there.
If you just tell me where you want to put them, I'll sort of drop them in place.
Yeah, the outer circle is gonna start right here. Oh. Hold on. Oh. Okay. I'm not doing this well, sorry. I want the outer circle to, like, the edge of it to be on this line, and then just, like, I guess, from here then? Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will drop a...
That's coming across.
Did I put this on the lighting layer?
I think it's one.
I have a circle. I just don't know how to grab it.
Ah, okay. And then I guess the inner circle.
There we go. Oh, you only need this big.
I'll let you do it then, yeah. But yeah, they're going to be down in this corner, basically. This area. So I'll let you delete those because I don't.
Yep. And
He hasn't started it yet. I just wanted to map out.
there we go. And I'll go ahead and mark it, and I'll change the color once he finishes.
Okay. We don't see anything on the map yet.
I know. I've got a... There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
All right. So you can use your action to dash if you want to get down there quicker.
Yeah. I haven't done it. It's not my turn to roll right now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just setting. I just wanted to set that up while I was waiting for my next turn.
You're fine. He's wiping him from eating himself for the week.
Oh, sorry. I said it was Roland's turn, and someone just started talking, and I was like, oh, yeah, cool.
Sorry.
The baby, he's wiping from baby himself.
I assumed. I didn't know if Twitch would know, but, you know.
Sorry, our baby partakes in believing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my god, sorry.
All right, you are up.
Now, who is it behind me that has the spray now?
That's me over here.
Yeah, there's Ghost above you, and Locke to your right, directly ahead.
What's here?
That's an unseen servant.
Oh, okay.
Carrying braces.
Sorry, I have a bad eyesight. The same.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna skirt the wall and head over.
So you're moving closer to me?
Yeah.
Ghost? Cool.
You try and stop. Oh, hold on, it's not letting.
Ah, good.
Yeah, so I'm trying to move my thing up there, but it's not letting me. But when I go into the little place where like drag the thing out to put it on the map. I don't have anything there. So
You have two different accounts for some reason. I will change it to work with both.
That explains so much.
Yep, there you go. You should be able to move it now.
Awesome.
Or I might need to roll
That
out.
entire
Yep.
area, that entire area is kind of blank.
Mm-hmm.
I am. No, attack right.
Thank you.
Why did it take you off the initiative? Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
And of course it's not.
Your kids are very enthusiastic.
Yes, sorry.
I still got a 19.
19 will hit, and that's all you need. So your sort of golden light wrapped fist, just you punch this cloud, and it's like a little shockwave goes through, and all of the little sprites just like, and they're gone.
Ghost, no. Ghost is a group, like a Rachel gnome.
Would I be able to double back to here, make an attack on the wall this turn without having?
Is that where you started, or were you further down?
He was, I think, here?
Yeah, I was like.
Let's see how much movement you got. I know you're a monk, so you have a little extra. You have 40 feet of movement, so that's 8. So I think that you could maybe, if you were there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It took 30 to get to me, so you'd be able to get back to, like, here.
Yeah.
You'd be able to get to, like, right here, I think. You want to be able to get all the way back to that as well.
So my next turn, I'm sort of goes probably do a stun attack on walls.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good. All right, it is Bryn's turn.
Oh boy, let's see here.
So just to give you an idea of sort of the field right now, there's the wall of ice. There's this frigid cloud-looking thing. There's a swarm of sprites attacking Locke, and there are 5 glowing, like, bumps in the ice.
Yeah.
Now, how high is the wall of ice?
The wall of ice is as tall as my notes say it is. They are 30 feet high.
Okay, so I would probably have to go around to cast anything, right?
Or just,
Ye-
like, get line of sight over here or something.
Yeah, that's kind of thinking.
yeah, you could get there and you'd have line of sight on the sprites.
Yeah, let's do that. Because if not... If not, I'll... That is the wrong edge. The mini window's open. Yikes, okay. Alright, let's see if I can hit it with the Eldritch Blast.
That'll hit. All it takes is one shot, and you this sort of pure bolt of Summer Fae magic. And again, it actually looks a lot like when Roland hit, and they just. So I believe you should still have another Eldritch Blast if you want to try and shoot a section of the wall. I'll say this though, the wall is very thick and very high.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Would I be able to hit it from over/around the end?
Baby.
Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, you could hit it just past him. That will hit. Roll some damage. Not to make you too sad, you take out a good chunk of one 5x5 section. This is very big, thick ice.
Okay, I mean, that makes me happy. That's something.
All right, that is your movement and action. Do you want to take a bonus action?
I can do that.
Like if you have something that works on a bonus action, yeah.
Probably not. I don't think I do.
The ice wall. Comes to.
You could punch it. You could punch the
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, in that case, you need to make a charisma saving throw.
What?
Oh, you crushed it. When you step on the ice, suddenly like the ground under you sort of lights up, and you start to feel these like whispers pressing on the edge of your mind, but you manage to just sort of push through them with sheer force of personality.
Oh wow.
All right, it is Locke's turn.
Okay. So there are no visible baddies at this point.
There are not. There's a wall, a frozen cloud, and glowing bumps.
Louis third.
And we're assuming the glowing bumps contain frozen boys.
So I'm going. Yeah, because we don't need the frozen boys for the ritual. We just
No, we might. Yeah,
because we're nice people. Yeah, I think what I want to do is DM. My unseen servant has a brazier. How do those have to be organized, or where do they have to be located?
Yeah, so based on the circle that's been drawn, it would be here. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Yes. It would be like here, 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 and here.
Okay, and I know my unseen servant has at least one. Does he have more than that?
I don't think so, because I think Unseen actually has a fairly low carrying capacity.
Okay.
I think your Steve had the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, okay. So my unseen servant, I think I make him move just as part of my initiative count.
Yeah, you move under your initiative.
So what does his movement look like? Let's see here. I'm gonna make him move down towards the gray circle.
As a bonus action, you can have him move 15 feet.
Okay. That is slower than I thought.
They're not really made for combat. They're more for like not wanting to get up, but you need more coffee.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So 15 feet. And he can hand off stuff to people. If people want to take the braziers from him, I don't know.
And he's only got one right now, based on his carrying capacity.
Right. Sorry. Take the brazier from him. And then I'm also. I gotta move
I think you can, if you have the spell slots, you can unsummon and resummon him at will.
Right. And then he drops the brazier, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like if he puts one brazier down, it might be useful to like unsummon him, and then summon him again right next to you, grab another brazier, and start moving again. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. He has one brazier, so just leave the one, leave like the side or the top one open, and then we'll just fill the other two before he gets there. I'm trying to figure out how to move him, but
You should be able to drag him.
I
If
can
you're
drag.
selected. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, someone else moved him. Okay.
I did. He's not actually in your journal.
Okay. I thought that was the case, but I was like, alright. So am I assuming this yellow circle is the woman that we're going to be in?
No, it's a sphere of
Freezing cold mist. You're close enough, you can actually like feel it. It's tangibly colder than the already frozen air around you.
All right. Then I'm going to take my action and do one of the incantations.
All right.
I think you said those don't have to be in any location; they just have to be in
Right.
the general
You just
area.
need 10 rounds of them.
Okay. Well, I think that's the best use of my action right now because I can't really do much else. And my question is, can I maintain concentration while doing this later? So, like, if I did a concentration spell right now and then did an incantation,
You'd be fine.
break my concentration.
No, you'd be okay. It's not technically concentration.
Okay, so then that does influence my decision.
Think of it more like 10 phrases that have to be spoken.
Right. Okay.
Just don't Ash Williams it.
Sorry.
Just don't Ash Williams it. Klaatu, Verona, Evil Dead.
Sorry.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, so it's action.
Specific incantation, and he can't remember the last word, so he fucks it up and causes an apocalypse.
All right. Action, bonus action. Do you want to move?
Yes, I think since I have the braziers on my steed, my steed should have the same movement as a horse. Actually, no, he has more.
Oh yeah.
He has a speed of 100 feet. So yeah, I'm going to move down with those braziers on my steed.
So your steed is going to need to make... It does move across the ground.
And Rolla is carrying the cold iron for the hour circle.
So the steed is either going to need to move half speed or make a dexterity saving throw to avoid slipping on the ice.
Half speed is totally fine. He's going to go, you said there's at the top of the circle there that I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
And you should be able to make it there just fine. At half speed. So he's going to go there and set up a brazier.
Well, you'll have to use some kind of action on your next turn to set it up. Because the Phantom Steed is a horse.
Actually, I'm on the horse, so I'm assuming my guy, Locknold, could take his action and set up.
Right, but you used your action to read one of the incantations.
Right, I'm sorry. I am saying I don't do incantations.
Oh, okay. Oop.
Instead, I'll set up the brazier.
I got to move you for a second and get to something under you.
Once I figured out the concentration thing, I decided not to do that.
All right, one brazier.
Nice.
Okay, and I think my my corgi should be just running around with me right now. Yeah. I don't know if we have an icon for him, but I'm going to. I think I'd like to make him. Yeah, I'll just have him stick with me for now.
I was going to say, he definitely can't light fires. no thumbs.
I wasn't thinking. I was anticipating like putting him in spell range for another person in the future or something.
Ah.
But I'm gonna keep him with me.
All right. There is no Winter Wolf currently. So at the end of Locke's turn, which is a phrase you all are going to come to love.
I've noticed that shit happens on my turn, for sure.
I mean, it could be anyone's turn.
Oh, yay.
Oops, now they got to be there.
More sprites.
Yep. The surface of the ice pulses again, and more clouds of sprites just sort of are birthed up out of the ice.
Yay.
And then on the Grogganone's turn, oh, this is fun. We haven't gotten to do this.
Oh, no.
Locke, you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. do. Oh, come on, D&D. Okay, here we go.
Oh dear.
Womp womp. So the ice.
Can I use portents to roll that instead, or should I have done that before I rolled?
Whoops. You can use portent to replace a roll.
So I'm gonna use portents to make. I think I got a 16 and a 14, so I'm gonna make that a 16.
All right. So the ice under your feet suddenly sort of wobbles for a second and becomes like loose and watery, and it tries to sort of swirl up around you. And for just a second, you see it like grab you and start to pull you under, and then that moment sort of rewinds, and your eyes are like glowing white, and you manage to like duck to the side because you knew it was coming at you.
So Locke is gonna say, yeah, portent is awesome. Locke's gonna say,
I knew it.
Excellent. All right. Then that is her turn. It is now Ghost's turn.
Yep. So Ghost is well, first of all, kid again. Starts making a circle. Let me double check what exactly. It's got a 40-foot movement speed. Okay, so let me measure that out. Okay, cool. So it's gonna use half movement to get over to the circle and start drawing it. I'll put it here. And then Ghost is going to pull out a 40mm grenade launcher and attack the wall of ice.
wow. That's
Does
awesome.
that hit?
Just watch out for the lightsaber.
Does hit?
Oh,
does that
DM's
hit
over
the
there
wall?
prepping to cut us all down.
That does hit.
Okay, cool. Let me roll that damage then. It's gonna be 2 plus 2 fire is 6 fire damage to the wall.
All right. And what are the?
An incendiary grenade explodes all over the wall.
Let's take a look. So 2d8 plus 2, and then. All right, go ahead and roll an extra 1d8.
Okay, right. Roll that. I accidentally rolled it twice. Sorry.
We'll take the first one. You managed to crumble one section of wall and damage 2 around it.
Cool. Nice.
All right, that is your action. You have your bonus action. What do you want to do?
I also haven't moved yet. I do have 2 attacks per action. So can I make a second shot with the grenade launcher?
The grenade launcher has the reload property, which means it can only be fired once per turn, unless you have a special ability.
In that case, well, first of all, Roland, you see after he fires it, you see Ghost like reach up to his necklace and just summon a new grenade into his hand and unload it. And then he's gonna move up to this right and make a and plug in the machete and make an attack against Sprite.
All right. That'll hit. Gone.
Yes.
All right, and so the cat is starting to draw. And was the cat drawing the outer or inner circle?
Inner circle. He's got the feathers.
Okay, let me actually put down the outer circle. Let me move the inner circle.
Oh, I thought this was the inner circle.
Nope, there's the inner circle.
Cool. So then let's shift the outer circle over a little bit because I was having him draw the other one.
Oh, you're already there. Let me just make it visible.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
I'll make the other one disappear for now. All right.
Yeah.
So the cat needs 2 turns. So we'll say 1 turn of inner circle finished. All right. It is Leon's turn. Leon is going to turn around and punch a sprite. A totally ridiculous roll. Roland just turns around and he has these wraps on his arm and they just burst into flames and he just... One cloud goes.
Nice.
And then he's going to move to there and try and drop another. That one is closer, and I'm going to have to see if it'll hit. It does hit. So he takes out 2, and then is just sort of like in like a ready stance, looking around for more of these sprites.
Nice.
All right. At the top, the sprites are going to act. Whoops, this sprite was there.
No one's on this. Oh, the steed should
Oh, whoops, yeah, the steed should be with you.
So much in one space.
All right. One sprite is going to get up in ghost space.
Why?
Why are these little floaty lights trying to get in my face? Keep having to like bat at these little flying glowy bug things.
It does not hit, but by being there, it gives you disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Oh,
And one is going to attack Locke. They're not very accurate though, so that's about all they do. And oh, that one might hit because Locke is not a beefy boy. That does hit.
I'm going to use luck to make him reroll that
nice.
All right.
because I can.
Oh shit.
He rolls better this time. It's okay though. They're not that strong.
Okay.
I totally called that one.
Yeah, seriously.
Is he hitting me with anything magic?
No, it's just like all of these tiny hands are like raking across you, leaving like lines of cold that start to become like frostbite.
What was the roll on the hit? Like, do I get to know that for the sake of shield?
Let me double check the wording of shield. Shield says...
It doesn't say whether I get to know the roll or not.
You don't get to know the roll. You just get to know if it hits or not. And both of them hit.
Okay, so both of them. Oh, I got hit by 2 attacks.
Well, the first one would have hit as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So I only got hit once. But
Right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do shield.
Unfortunately, it is just high enough that you throw up shield and it hits you anyway.
Well, it's fine then. The odds were bigger, but I'll take it.
It rolled. If you had shielded instead of using a luck point, if you'd done that first, you would have prevented it. So you take 5 points of cold damage.
Alright.
Not as bad as it could be. At initiative 20.
Locke's gonna say, "Bring it, Barry."
So I'm at 22 now. 27.
Nice.
On initiative 20, the wall of ice crumbles, and a new one forms.
Oh, come on. All that work.
And 6. So it springs up this wall of ice and sort of blocks the other side of this circle where the cat is.
That's
So
rude.
something's going to have to happen to it to
Finish that circle.
to-
Yeah.
before you can get to the circle. It is now Roland's turn.
Come on, Roland. What you got?
I guess I'll attack that sprite that's right there.
All right, pop, pop.
Eight.
That'll hit, and it's gone.
All right, and then I'll just take my start going on this way. Wait, 40, right?
You do, but if you move at full speed, you're going to need to make a dexterity check to avoid falling.
I was going to take it side. Like along.
Oh, yeah, then you'd be fine.
Yeah. Say, like, I think it'd be like right there.
All right. So you pop another one of these clouds and run down towards this newly circle. That is... You still have a bonus action? Anything you want to do?
If there's any, if I have any bonus actions out.
You have a couple to do with your key points.
Key points are so useful.
Good. All right. Anything else?
Nah, looking at all the stuff I can do, I'm good.
All right. Bryn, you are up.
With step of wind, you could just jump, like, you could yeet yourself through the air quite a distance.
Yeah, but it would pretty much stop when I get over to the lightning base.
Right.
Point.
Fair.
I'm going to... Let's, use Eldritch Blast on, little sprites here.
Blast.
Dang, I can actually, like, roll today.
Critical hit. You just, like, explode that cloud of sprites, and you don't even touch Locke. You just...
You're welcome, Locke.
Thank you. Bring it back.
And then I think I'm gonna move a bit, but that's about it.
All right. You could take another shot at a section of wall.
That's what I was thinking.
Does it take an action to light a brazier?
Yes. It's like lighting a torch.
Could she light a brazier from that diagonal angle?
Well, she's already used the attack action.
Oh, never mind. You're good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, not the attack action. She's cast a spell. That second one does not hit.
Yeah, I think so.
Just for fun, it's going to keep picking on you. Make another charisma saving throw.
Again, I have too many things open. There we go.
That one does not do it. So these whispers start again, And this light within the ice seems to sort of come up free of the ice. And you are racked by this overwhelming sense of grief. And you see something.
Oh, shit.
You are suddenly somewhere else. You're hovering high over a beautiful crystal blue lake, not frozen. You're somewhere with snow-capped gray mountains. There's green hills and fields of purple heather. And there's a tall and strong-looking young man, and he comes to sit by the lakeside. And he pulls out this freshly baked loaf of bread and cracks it open. And there's this visible burst of warm steam that comes out, and you can smell baking things on the air. And he eats it with every sign of enjoyment. And as he does, the top of a head emerges from the water just a little bit, watching him with beautiful crystal blue eyes. The reflection, when you look in the lake, is of another place. And then you're back. And you're going to take some psychic damage. Don't know why I looked at it and then went to type it.
At first, I thought you were going to say that the person was emerging with bread. I was like, ah!
Bread emerges from the lake. So, Bryn, you take 9 points of psychic damage. And you are now prone and incapacitated until the end of your next turn. All right. That makes it Locke's turn.
Okay. The unseen servant is going to, as a bonus action, move south of Leon.
All right.
He can get there in 15 feet.
1,
And
2,
I think
3. Or do you want him to go closer to the brazier you're next to?
no, because I wanted to
Go drop the other.
brazier-
Okay.
That brazier he's holding. I'm assuming everybody else just sees a floating brazier.
Yeah. There might be like a translucent, like, just air, yeah, barely visible outline of like hands.
Okay. I think he'll want to just gesture towards Leon and sort of indicate that he can take the brazier if he wants to. Since he has better movement later on. And Locke will also say that he can take it from, that he can take that brazier if he wants to on his next turn. I think that's the better option to go here strategically. Now, the next brazier still has to be placed with reference to that whole circle, right?
Yes. So now that you've started putting down the line and the braziers, they have to be sort of in alignment with each other.
Okay. So then my dude, Locke, is going to go over here, which I think at half movement he should be able to go.
Yeah. With 50 feet, you
towards
can.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then would that be what here?
It would. You'd drop it right here. So you'd want to be, yeah, right where you were pointing.
Okay. So he's gonna go here, and then he can drop that brazier.
All right.
Okay. So that's his action, and then he should be able to continue moving. I imagine, what was that, 25 feet? So he should be able to go down towards that last brazier area. Would that be like here?
Yes, but I would think that he could.
It is exactly 50 feet, which is half of the move.
Right. I'm not worried about him getting there. I'm worried about what kind of action it takes to pull a big, heavy brazier out of here.
You won't be able to drop the brazier yet. Just
Okay.
be able to get there.
Yeah, then you can get there just fine. Someone is going to have to come back and light these.
Sure.
All right. You're now in position to put down brazier 3, and I think that's it.
Yep, that's all. That's all I want to do.
All right, still no Winter Wolf. It is the Grog Enon's turn. Let's spread the love. Who's on the ice? Ghost, you stepped on the ice.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Make a strength saving throw.
Yay. That's a no.
It's a close thing, but yeah, that's not gonna do it for you. You are pulled under the ice. The ground, the ice underneath you goes like basically just becomes water again, but the water has like determination and movement to it, and it just swirls up around you, and then sploosh, you are under the water, and it freezes over the top of you.
That's not good.
It's not. All right. That was her turn. Ghost, it's your turn. You can try and repeat the saving throw as an action to escape.
Can I make an attack against the ice above me?
That's it. It would be. That's what you're doing, because there's a substantial amount of ice above you. You're like frozen in. This is you physically like ripping your way out of this ice cocoon.
Ah, okay. I was thinking of using the shotgun and trying to blast my way back out of the ice. Would that work?
Now you got to make the saving throw.
Okay. We're gonna try that again then. Come on. Oh, come on.
Can I use portents on that?
Yes.
All right, I'll give him my only other portent is 14.
That will do it.
Plus whatever is, yeah.
So you, so first you're under the ice and you just can't move, and then again, Locke's eyes go this milky white for a second, and the moment rewinds, and instead of being trapped, you're just barely able to reach that shotgun, and you just barely get it pointed up, and you blast your way free of this ice.
Locke waves while sitting on top of his little bicycle and says, "You're welcome."
Oh, whoops! Gotta send you your horse.
Ghost kind of just like shakes his head slightly confused at what he saw. And then he's gonna retreat onto the grass. This is 5 feet of movement, and then let's check. I've got 30 feet, so let me measure that out. Okay, so he's gonna move to here, right here. Just make sure that way. And then he's gonna grenade launcher again.
You've already used your action to make the saving throw.
Okay. What else can I do? I'm trying to think if I have anything else I can do. Okay. I don't think I have anything else I can do, so I'll just move that. And Kitty keeps trying to make circles as much as he can.
All right. Kitty is going to run into the wall, is going to be the problem.
Yeah, I know he is. When he gets there, I assume he can't make like a bonus action to attack or anything like that.
If you use your bonus action to command him, he can attack part of the wall.
Okay, in that case, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Womp womp.
that was a crit fail.
Alright. So now it is Leon's turn. Leon is gonna punch a wall.
Yeah.
Can move 3 at half speed. Yeah, he's gonna punch that wall right in front of him.
Punch it real good.
He does hit.
I'll say.
Did he take the brazier from him, the unseen servant, or not?
Oh, sorry. I heard that the other way. I thought the servant was taking it from him.
No, my unseen servant had one of the braziers,
Oh.
and he was just gesturing towards a character that has more movement in case he wanted to take it from him.
He might still take it here in a second, but y'all got to clear this wall.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure he knew that.
Could he use a bonus action to pick it up on the way to the wall?
I'll see how much movement he has left once he takes a shot at this. So his fist doesn't actually do that much damage. It's just a big, thick chunk of ice. But where the fire of these wraps hits, it just sizzles away a huge chunk of the wall.
Nice.
And he's going to attack the one next to him. And he'll drop that one too. So Leon clears a section of this wall. He's going to make a dexterity check to see if he's able to move some more.
Should my guy move over here, or should it be like up here? Where you want him to be?
I feel like it works either way. He hit like the edge of the circle and stopped.
Okay. I think he was going to start drawing it this direction since he had more movement to go that way. If that's alright with you.
Oh no. Leon does not make the saving throw. Somebody roll 1d8.
I'll roll it.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess.
Yes.
So he tries to turn and move, and he makes it like a couple more steps, and then his feet just totally go out from under him. And he's going to slide 10 feet and be prone.
Right next to the servant.
So he's there, but he's also prone now.
Can he just like reach up his hands and let the servant drop it into his hand?
Yeah, I mean, I think that
Slide right next to him, he's just like, let me take that from you.
Yeah, I think you could just drop it on him. I should also mark who's carrying things.
I just love that from a Darius standpoint, though, like, he tries to get over, slides 10 feet, and then right next to his like, yeah, give me the thing.
All right. At the...
There aren't any active sprites.
There are not.
But it is the top of the order.
Yep.
Dad, don't worry. After the lock goes, there'll probably be one.
All right. On initiative 20, that rolling cloud of mist disappears, and a new one reappears approximately here.
Well, that's annoying. But I'm glad nobody's in it.
And it is Roland's turn.
What part of the ritual was I doing again?
You had the material for the inner circle, I believe.
No, outer circle.
Outer circle.
He
Okay.
has inner.
Okay.
I guess I'll start moving on Icy Circuit, but I mean,
It
So-
comes, like, the edge of it comes out to here.
Yeah, I will
So
make.
do what I did last time and stay on path as long as I can before getting ice and start.
You're about to touch that cold circle.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll start spreading it across the top. That way I can at least stay out of it.
all right.
The circle's gonna go. Basically, gonna be like connecting this point, like
Here, I
connecting that
will.
square to here to here. Do you want to pop it up just so you can see where it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the. There we go. I was getting the other circle more aligned because it gets a little ambiguous when it drifts across multiple squares. There you go.
Yes.
I'll just spread this stuff forward and stay at the top so I don't have to go in the cold yet.
So you're just gonna go this way and start around it?
Yeah.
For sure.
So you'll either only be able to move 2 additional squares, or you'll have to make a dexterity saving throw, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna do the dex.
All right.
Got it, throw them. Holy shit, yeah,
Oh
you
my
got
God.
a huge bonus, I say.
What'd you get?
Tier. Vouch for it. I got a.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having. Oh yeah, sorry, we fixed it.
So what was the total? I didn't actually hear.
23.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're good.
So you can move up there and start around.
Start ice skating, mofo.
Noise.
All right.
You just, like, pull some ice, get out of your pocket, and skate your way over it.
All right. Do you want to do anything with your action or bonus action?
So you are gonna move to right here, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
So just to help you out, you could theoretically use.
See me using Step of the Wind to just like
Yeah.
dive across and toss the stuff. Would that work?
Yeah, you could, if you spend the key point, you can use Step of the Wind to give you, I believe it's your full movement again, so another 40 feet. And then you could be using your action to spread the stuff.
Sounds good. I'll do that.
All right, so that means.
And then I guess like get all the way around to like probably this razor, right? The right hand razor. I'm thinking.
I'll just keep track numerically. I won't worry about making you like dance perfectly around the edge. Although for next turn you will have to deal with the cloud one way or the other.
Were you getting over here though? Like, were you getting to this side of it? Marlon?
I'm going across the top, and I'm basically going to go clockwise.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd probably be at like 3 o'clock.
Yep. So you were to like here with
Yep,
your
that's fine.
first movement, and then you're getting about 40 of 90 feet. So that probably gets you, yeah, probably here-ish.
Actually, if you count the squares, it gets you to here. Gets down to here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40 feet.
All right. At the end of your turn, you need to make a strength saving throw. No, sorry, this one is a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
Yep.
Does my thing, my special thing gives me advantage on the saving, right?
I haven't looked at it in like 2 weeks. Let me take a look. Yes, and you can use your basically roll your wisdom save twice.
So it would work for the charisma one.
Yeah, so another part of it, you have advantage on charisma checks, and you can use your wisdom modifier in place of your charisma modifier.
Okay. Alright, so first one's a 19.
That'll do it. That's all you need.
Ours.
All right. Now it is Bryn's turn.
Okay.
And you're prone right here.
Yep, so you have to use half your movement to stand.
Or you could just shoot from the ground.
Okay, as long as, like I was gonna ask, like, I can do something, right?
Yes. Oh, no, sorry. You're also incapacitated till the end of your turn.
Yeah. That's
So you
what
can't
I
take
thought.
actions or reactions. So you could stand up, but that's it.
Oh,
Well, you could stand up and theoretically move if you wanted to.
You'd be able to move like 5 feet.
okay, let's do that.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's really interesting. Beyond 20, like, types in all the commands for you, and it's actually typing it. So if you roll back through your chat log, it'll pull back up all the things. Whoops. I didn't leave myself a sprite.
Bright sounds delicious.
Like Sprite.
They are going to pop up on Locke and Kitty and Roland. They're all going to make attacks. So we'll go from north to south. So again, the ice pulses and they pop up. Ooh, that's... Yep. One of the clouds, like, just hundreds of little icy hands brush against Roland, and you take 4 points of damage. And then Kitty. It's a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
AC of 15, yep. All right, and one against Locke. Whew, 23.
All right, let's use luck again.
All right. Oh, 22.
God damn it! All right, luck is not very lucky today. I'm not even gonna bother to shield it. It won't even matter.
Yeah, 4 more points of cold damage.
Almost like the lucky cards. Okay.
You what? Sorry.
The luck doesn't even know it's on death.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, now it is Locke's turn.
Okay, so I got a fairy on me. Let's. I'm assuming I can't put up a brazier and attack the fairy on the same action. Or on the same turn.
Putting the brazier in the correct place would be your action.
You know what? Yeah. He doesn't have to move to set up the brazier because he's just going to put it right here where I'm pointing. So I'm assuming he doesn't generate an opportunity attack just to set up a brazier.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay, then let's go ahead and set up the brazier. He's just going to trust everybody else to take care of that. So use his action to set up that brazier, and then actually, this might work. This will be fun. Fear. I have a special piece of clothing that you gave me called Grinning Visage, which allows me to cast fear as a reaction.
I believe it's a reaction when you are struck by an attack. Yeah, you were struck by an attack, so yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out whether this is worth doing or not. Okay.
Just to let you know, fear does have friendly fire.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it's each creature, not each creature of your choice.
Okay, so yeah, I get my folks if I did that. Thank you for that information, because I don't know how to do it. Okay, so yeah, we'll just set up that brazier, and then he's gonna walk. Well, you gotta just light this brazier next turn, so I guess he's just gonna stay put.
All right, but you did brazier.
Yes, drop the brazier. I don't know how to do that, but wherever.
Yep,
I guess use the brazier now.
I got you. And lo it appears.
And my unseen servants should have already. Oh, I guess we'll just drop the brazier on Leon's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
He could go light that first brazier.
Also, looking at fear spell, it's a 30-foot cone, so you could just point it off the right side, where there's no other, like, party members. And
Right.
just hit the creatures on you.
well, I think we're all occupying the same space, so I don't know if I can be that fine tuned.
I mean, if you just, it's a 30-foot cone, you can just point it, like, this way. And it'll hit the creature, and it'll hit the creatures in your space, and then there's nobody else for it to hit.
Right, but he was trying to catch multiple, because it is an area effect, and he's only going to get to cast it once.
Yeah, I didn't want to hit just one fairy with it. I'm assuming we all hit fairies after
Yeah.
turn.
I mean, they take one hit to go down.
All right.
So he's not worried about it, but yeah, I will make my unseen servant as my bonus action move over to that brazier, the north brazier, and light it.
All right.
I mean, it can move like this far, though, right?
No, it can move 15 feet, right?
Yeah. If it makes a saving throw.
I would say Unseen Servant doesn't actually, like,
Oh, okay, cool.
specifically move across the ground. That might not be quite rules as written, but in my head, that makes
I
sense.
feel it.
Hey, you're the god here, man, so I'll go with it. Other than Ouija, of course.
All right. So you have one lit brazier. You have part of each circle finished. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, just, I can't move unseen servant, but he is right next to that brazier.
All right. There's still no Winter Wolf. We are up to the Grog Unknown. It's going to come at Locke again. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And we still haven't seen any, like, of the Grog now, right?
Make an Arcana check, anyone who wants to.
Oh, I definitely do.
16.
Well,
Nice.
All right. This would be pretty common knowledge, especially for people who've lived in the Fae, studied the Fae. This is a Fae of a particular place. In a sense, she is anywhere the water of the lake touches. She might like form a specific visage to interact with people, but she's here wherever this frozen lake touches.
I see. So, like, she doesn't have a physical body that we could attack.
No.
She's just, like, spiritually inhabiting the waters of the lake.
And that's why you all have this ritual, because there is no way to like come just fight her and make her leave.
Right. Okay.
So we fight the environment Yeah.
Yep. She's doing her best to make you go away.
She can try.
All right, that is her turn. It is Ghost's turn.
So wait, I have to do a strength saving throw, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. You succeed, all on your own this time. All right.
Just have moments of no strength for some reason.
You have this sort of lupine rage swell up, and you just like completely disproportionate to your size. This water tries to sort of swallow you up, but instead this shadow sort of sweeps up around you, and you just hulk through it.
Corgi bite.
All right, it is Ghost's turn.
Yeah, I move up to here and I'm going to attack the wall. If that pops up in the chat, I don't know why I didn't.
Sometimes if you click away too quick, yeah, it goes away. That'll hit.
Yep, and that's with Old Tom, so that's going to be roll damage. I pulled out a pistol that summons a shield in my hand and fires basically a laser bolt at the wall.
All right, roll some damage.
There we go. 12.
Which section do you want to target?
Probably this one. Oh, this one, I think.
All right, let me double check your range.
It's 30, 39, and I don't know if it's disadvantage. I wouldn't be able to hit this one without having to destroy this one first, right?
From your line of sight, yeah, to hit the one in the back, you'd have to hit the one in the front first. But I believe...
I'll hit that one first then. And that was... Let me double check. Stats are... It's... So that was the... That was the radiant damage and then 1d4 fire. Let me roll that.
If you hit the upper one, though, you're slightly out of your max range. Or not your max range, but your... What?
It's 30-90, and because I have sharpshooter, it ignores...
Oh, that's right.
Disadvantage.
All right. So the beam hits it.
So that was 12 radiant and 4 fire.
Oops. Deleted the wrong thing. There it goes. All right.
Yeah. And then can I make it? And because that's loading, I have to make. I can't make second shot with the same weapon, right?
Right.
Can I switch? Can I switch to the King's Claw and make a shot with that?
I think you would need to take an action unless something is letting you do that otherwise.
Okay. Then let me double check my spells, see if there's anything useful there. Yeah, I got nothing, I guess.
All right. Section of the wall is down. Do you want to have your cat make an attack?
Yes. He'll attack the sprite, so then I can roll that.
Double check the wording. You
24.
can take. It's one target.
1d8 plus 2. So I literally can't not kill the sprites on it.
Double checking the wording on something.
And
Oh,
after
what?
it kills the sprites, it's going to move up next to Locke. So that it can use its deflect attack on his turn.
All right. That makes it Leon's turn. He is prone. He's going to stand up. He is carrying the last brazier. Oh, how sturdy of a boy is Leon? He's pretty tough.
Beefy boy.
I think he's going to try and charge through and get that brazier dropped. 4. So he's going to make another dexterity check.
Come on, Leon, you got this.
He has extra movement. So even though... Oh, no. We rolled a 2.
What's the second number though? Why did it give it a 2 roll?
It shows advantage, disadvantage. So if there had been a circumstance that it called for, you'd be able to see.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sometimes it just haunts you with the ghost of crits that could have been. So he's going to have a real bad day. Somebody roll 1d8 again.
Alright.
He slides 10 feet back the way he came and is prone again.
Oh my gosh.
And I gotta see what that cloud does.
Poor Leon.
Maybe the unseen server is going to have to be the MVP here, Paragon.
The good news is he didn't have to be affected by the cloud because he got out before the end of his turn.
Nice.
All right.
I just feel bad for Leon sliding around.
It is kind of unfortunate. It is the top of the order, and that is the sprites. So one is going to swing at Locke.
Deflect attack. Defender poses disadvantage.
Oh, you're next to Roland.
Within 5 feet.
It's next to Roland.
Oh, right. Okay, no. Thanks. Alright, well, when that one attacked Roland, it gets disadvantage.
Good news, though. It missed anyway. The other one will now attack Roland. And it's also going to miss.
Yay! It did something. Maybe.
And on initiative 20...
Punch that wall. Punch that wall.
Jagged shards of ice are going to fly up and target 3 creatures. And I think that's going to be Leon and Locke and Roland. So first one's against Leon. Why does it hate Leon?
Leon's like so embarrassed right now. Poor guy.
Whoop. Jeez. Leon is prone. Oh, is it a ranged attack? It is a ranged attack. Leon is prone, so he has advantage against ranged attacks.
Nice.
So it's actually going to have to roll again. Thank goodness. It still hits, but it does not hit nearly as hard. Much better. He was going to take 22 points of damage. He takes 7 instead. So like one of the the shards of ice flies through the air like right where he would have been standing. And instead, because he's on the ground, he just kind of gets hit with a smaller piece. And one is going to fire at Roland. That's a 20 to hit. Do you want to use that reaction now?
Yeah, it imposes disadvantage.
All right, so it's going to roll again. It rolls literally the exact same thing.
I think it's just like I think essentially it's just like the pack feature. Like it's a reaction to deflect oppose disadvantage against an attack roll.
Yeah.
As a reaction.
So good news though, because you haven't used because Roland hasn't used his reaction, you can use deflect missiles to reduce the damage.
Nice.
And actually, your minimum damage that you reduce it to is already going to take it to 0.
Nice.
If you spend a key point, you could actually make an attack with it Yeah, you could make a ranged attack with it against a nearby creature.
Why not?
All right.
Is it still dex based?
Yes. So just roll whatever your normal attack is.
Also, Colby, I think we haven't really like established yet whether old Tom and
20 to hit.
Nat
Oh, nat 20. All right. Yeah, you obliterate that one. So this shard flies at you, and you just like grab it out of midair and turn around and stab it up into this cloud of sprites. There's one last one against Locke. Jeez. It's rolling real good. That's a 15 to hit.
Alright, then we're gonna use shield to stay in.
All right. You deflect the attack. Now it is Roland's turn.
I destroyed the one that was attacking, right?
Yes.
Alright, with that, to grip my...
I'm gonna grit my teeth and push through to finish the circle.
All right. If you use your Step of the Wind again, you can take a free disengage action and not get hit with the cloud of sprites there. Or you could use it to get extra movement and finish it this turn, although you might take some hits to make that happen.
Well, in the spirit of Christmas, let's do the things. Cause I got you.
Okay.
I'm going to do the thing I can complete this turn. Cause I got a circle for a second.
All right. So you'll need to make a Constitution saving throw. And the one sprite is going to swing at you. The sprite misses. So what's your con save?
18.
All right, and you succeed. So that outer circle is finished. And so we'll put you on the other side now. And as you finish it, you see it like flare up. And it's now this like burning red color. And actually where it passes through that circle, that the cloud of mist sizzles and goes out, and so does the cloud of sprites. Although I will say this, all of the Fey folk who are near this, it's not like hurting you, but it makes you feel profoundly uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. All right. At the end of your turn... Man, everybody's been doing so well on their saving throws. It makes it hard to figure out who to hit with stuff.
I mean, it helps when I can literally control fate to some extent.
Yeah, you've managed to avoid like 2 or 3 hits that way. All right, Bryn, make a strength saving throw.
$11.
11 is not going to do it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a different action. This is actually charisma, so add your charisma bonus instead.
Oh, it's advantage. Like,
No, this is Bryn, not
Bryn, not Roland.
why would you?
Oh, I thought you said. Well, I was. Okay, yeah.
charisma, Bryn.
All right, you succeed. So again, you feel these whispers like press on the edge of your mind, and you manage to push through it.
Nice.
And that makes it Bryn's turn.
Okay. him to just come over here and light his brazier then?
Yes, the one in front of you, didn't the servant light that one?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to need to go to the next brazier and use your action.
Where are we going?
Okay.
So you will need to make a dexterity saving throw to move that speed.
Cross the ice.
Oh, right.
But you succeed.
I was nervous about that one.
You've lived here a while now. You've got like an actual lighter, and you just whip it out and. So now you have 2 braziers and the outer circle, and also as the outer circle comes into being, you saw a glowing sigil appear, representing the 1 round of chanting you've completed.
Oh, nice.
Hooray!
All right. So that was your movement and action. Do you have anything with your bonus action?
I don't think so.
All right. At the end of your turn. Whoops. The ice swells up again, and more swarms of fairies appear.
Stop attacking the cat with the bright shiny things.
So something new happens. They swarm up out of the ice, and you see them kind of like look around, and they see the fire, and you just see like hatred in their eyes. The 2 Fae dive bomb the fire.
2 sprites?
Yeah, the 2 sprites. And they sacrifice their little lives with screams, and they turn to water, and
Wow. That's just uncool.
Locke looks at this side and he's like,
and then one is going to attack Ghost, and one is going to attack Roland.
Of course it is.
And just a heads up, Roland works in like 10 minutes, so he just went AFK.
All right. Roland got hit. Missed Ghost. I hate that it doesn't pop through. There we go, 2. Only 2 points of damage. All right, that was them. It is Locke's turn.
okay. So none of the braziers are on fire. So that means, but there are also no baddies to attack, except for one on the upper left, I guess.
There's 2 up there.
Oh wait, there are 2 too, right?
Yeah, one
So,
of these.
Oh, sorry. Did I take damage from that? The spray hit me?
No.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so Unseen Servant is going to light that same brazier back on fire.
All right. Whoosh.
And then I'd like him to move, just have him move north of the brazier. That little spot right north of it.
All right.
I don't want him to stay in the exact same spot, just because then he might be found out. And then, Locke is going to light the brazier that he is next to as his action.
All right. Oops.
And then he's going to run over next to. Oh, I thought the brazier just moved.
Yeah, sorry. They're actually 2 different tokens. I had to adjust them.
That makes sense. Okay, so then he's going to move on his steed to where he expects the next brazier to be, so that he's ready to light it when Leon gets it there.
All right. So he can move half movement or make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, no, actually, he can move half on the horse. No problem.
Exactly. I think on the horse he'll be fine to get over there.
All right.
Um,
He is in position.
I think that's all he wants to do. I think he can't do anything else because he's done bonus action, and movement.
All right.
So
I just thought of a thing I can do which will be useful in this fight.
All right. It is the Groganone's turn. The whole surface of the water pulses again. And you see everyone make a perception check.
all right.
Hey.
All right. Bryn, you clock this. You've seen the ice pulse several times. And this time you're watching for it. And you notice that the pulse pulls down from those mounds to the north. And then that energy washes across the rest of the surface. You notice it, and then you notice a pulse under your feet, and you need to make a strength saving throw.
Well, that's gonna screw me.
You are you are ripped under the surface of the ice.
Great.
And you hit the bottom, not the bottom, but you're sort of suspended in this ice, and you see something again. You're back in the same place, and you get the impression that some time has passed. The young man that you saw before is back by the lakeside, and now there's a beautiful young woman sitting beside him. There's this sort of timeless, ephemeral quality to her. She looks like a stiff breeze would just cause her to fade into nothing. She's breathtakingly beautiful, and they're sharing a loaf of that same bread together. And occasionally there's little furtive, coy glances back and forth. And then the vision cuts out, and you're back in this frozen void under the surface of the ice. And it's Ghost's turn.
Ghost is going to use magical tinkering
Mm-hmm.
to imbue one of his ball bearings with one of the chants we need to say. It can be a 6-second message.
All right. What kind of action is that?
It takes an action. Imbue a tiny non-magical object with magic property of your choice. 5 feet radius light, up to 6 seconds long, recorded message. Emits odor or non-verbal sounds, static visual effects, including 25 word text, and affect a maximum of 3 objects at a time.
All right.
So I'm going to use one of those actions to put one chant, put 3 chants into 3 ball bearings.
So it's 3 total, but it's 1 at a time.
You can affect a maximum of 3 objects. Oh, okay, right. Okay, yeah, I see how that goes, yeah. Right, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
So you could bank 1 for later, but it's not going to give you any more efficiency of action economy.
Yeah. I'm thinking bank, spend a turn banking one of them, and then once we're focused on that, once we've got the other parts of the ritual going, he's just gonna take a chant. He's gonna take a turn to say a chant and use one of the bearings to also say a chant at the same time.
Okay, cool. All right, so it takes your action to do that. Do you want to use your bonus action for something?
I'm not sure what I'd be able to use it for, because I'm currently I've currently got these things around me. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do. I've currently surrounded by sprites, and if that's my action, I can't attack sprites.
Right. You would. The most obvious use would be to have your cat do something.
Right. Yeah. I'll have him attack that lovely.
All right, go for it. That'll hit.
Cool. And that's... Sorry.
All right. He puts a good chunk out of that piece. All right. Not enough. There's still 2 pieces in his way. But it's Leon's turn. He is going to stand up, which will use half his movement. And then move 1, 2, taking an attack of opportunity. That might hit. It does hit. They rolled real good.
Oh, dude.
Jeez. But he's a beefy boy. He'll be all right.
He's a very easy boy.
So you see him just like doggedly, because he's a cat, doggedly just push himself up. He's still got the brazier under one arm, and he's just like sort of marching forward carefully on the ice, and drops this brazier. And he's so focused, he doesn't even flinch as the sprite like rakes across his back. All right. That is his turn. It is now the remaining sprites. One is Roland needs to make an attack of opportunity. Do you want me to roll that? I'm gonna roll it.
Because Roland's not.
Yeah, he just left for work, unfortunately.
Oh no. Well, he also missed. And that sprite kamikazes into the brazier.
Just rude.
The other one is gonna yeah, they hate it. They're gonna go for it. So Ghost, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Okay, machete.
That is not gonna hit. Roland, so that's 2, 3. Roland has already made his. 4, so Leon's going to make one.
Nice.
Leon's going to miss.
Jeez, this is fair.
What's the movement? It's moved 5. And it has 50 feet. So 6 is 30. 7. Oops. Where is he going? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'd be able to get there.
Yeah. And
Damn.
Well, it's much easier than killing him, I guess.
If I moved here, is that technically considered on the ice?
you'd be majority on the ice.
But not here?
You'd probably be okay there. It's not majority ice. It's like half and half. It is Roland's turn. He has finished drawing his circle. He is going to move 1, 2, 3. That's half his movement. And he's going to punch some ice. Oh, perfect. He crits. So Roland darts across the ice, very light on his feet, and he gets over there, and you see this radiant energy swelling up on his hand. And as he punches the ice, there's a crack of thunder overhead, and lightning smashes and just blows apart all these remaining chunks of ice.
I'm gonna text him and be like, your character did cool stuff.
He crit as soon as he got up from the table.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
It's time.
Another big cloud appears on initiative 20 and just kind of sets up camp along this side. Oh no, actually it can't. It has to set up right here. You see it actually like where it blows across that outer circle. Now there's a... Oh, I'm so sorry. It'll still work out. The fairy actually couldn't have done that. I made a mistake.
Oh, it couldn't have crossed the cold iron?
It can't cross the cold iron circle, but the mist would have put it out anyway. So, net gain of 1 dead fairy for you all.
Yay.
So you see the mist like...
Brazier still written? Still,
No, because now this cold mist blows over it. You can actually see like the circle described by the cold iron is like a column that just goes up, and it's almost like glass, like you're inside of a building, and this mist blows across the edges of it and can't come in.
Okay.
All right, it is Bryn's turn. You are still under the ice, so you need to repeat the strength saving throw.
Oh, great. I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
I think... I don't want to tell you wrong. That's enough. You managed to pull your way back up out of the ice.
I did not think it was gonna happen.
So that was your action, so you still have movement and bonus action.
Let's stay here.
All right.
Action or bonus action?
Action.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well just chill here. We'll have actions again.
Yeah, because she has to spark the lighter like 3 times to get it to the light.
And another what?
Well, and it's a big fire too. Like it takes like a little bit to like get it down in there. At the at the end of your turn, man, we have 2 non-functioning characters, so these visions are just going to fly out into the wild. Roland is going to make a strength saving throw. And he succeeds.
Nice.
So then it is Locke's turn.
Okay, so just to retcon this, I guess we just noticed that the South Brazier went out because of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cloud of mist.
Okay. So, weird question. Can my corgi and my horse together light a brazier?
No.
They don't have thumbs.
There's no opposable thumbs between those 2 creatures.
That's fair enough.
Also, your horse, it's a
Yeah.
light.
It's... Yeah.
Well, it looks like a bicycle, but it is actually...
It can play with the horse, yeah.
I mean, it's the idea of a horse. I don't even think it has actual stats.
No. I think it takes on the stats of a riding horse.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what the spell says.
Oh yeah, the statistics for riding horse.
The only thing that changes is it actually has more speed. It has 100 feet instead of 60 feet.
But still, no thumbs.
Correct. That's fine.
Wouldn't that be horrifying? A horse with hands for feet?
So you can have his unseen servant like that North Brazier.
All right.
And then unseen servant's going to move over to the east side of the brazier. And then yeah, Block's going to light the current brazier that he's at.
All right.
That's his action. And then he's going to move to here. Again, with this speed, that shouldn't be a problem in terms of saving throw business.
I just love this hipster vibe, though, of him like riding this bicycle across the ice.
Yeah. He's just like a little kid with a really long beard on this bicycle, like running around in a circle. Yeah. So it'll just be ready to light that next raid. Now, have we seen this cloud just reappear? Like, we haven't had any effect on it. It just like
Yeah, it just like has come and gone.
yeah, we haven't had it. So you're just gonna have to wait until the cloud's gone to light it up. So okay, that's yeah, I think that's all I want to do.
All right. On the Grok Anon's turn. I'm
just checking my ranges.
I use those backwards, but that's okay. Leon is going to make a charisma saving throw.
Come on, Leon, you got this.
He does not.
No, he's not.
So he is prone, incapacitated, and is going to take 3d6 damage. And then he's going to see fun things. Uh, 11 points of psychic damage. Still not doing too bad.
Also, I think the orange dot you had on Leon's character was for the braces.
Yeah, so it's gone. Yep, all remaining brazier. Actually, all braziers are placed. So I can take it off of the horse as well. Yeah. All right, so you all see Leon go down. And I guess I'm just going to read this thing that he sees to the air and not him. He can catch it on the playback.
Unconscious or go into the ice?
He got knocked prone.
Yeah, so he's assailed by these visions. So he sees a vision of the same lakeside, but now there's a beautiful flower-wreathed arch assembled on the shore. The man and the woman are standing under it, holding hands and facing each other. And there's these bright songs of spirits and fae in the air. They kiss, and the waves literally like dance across the water.
Aww.
And then he's back, and his head hurts real bad. It is Ghost's turn.
Okay. Ghost is gonna start chanting, and the cat's gonna finish drawing the circle.
All right.
And as he chants, he drops that ball and he recorded the message in, so that should be 2 chants, right?
Yep. So the inner circle finishes, and it goes red and shining.
And I guess the cat will line up here. So if someone attacks roll, they can impose disadvantage.
And there are now 3 glyphs. Oh, I don't have you all set up for vision. Can you all only see 3 glyphs?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Does Ghost want to move any? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's that. It is Leon's turn. And he can't do anything other than stand up. But he's no longer incapacitated. At the end of his turn...
He can't speak one of the chants?
No, because it's an action.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's fairy time.
More sprites appear. And they are going to dive bomb. So 2 of them die.
Since it's coming within 5 feet of Leon, since he's right next to Brazier, could he make an opportunity attack before it dies?
It would have to move out of his threatened area or be a prepared action.
Right, okay.
The other 2, one is going to go for Das Cat, and one's going to go for Bryn.
That's rude.
Root on both counts.
Oh.
Against Das Cat,
It's AC 15.
whew, it gets a 22.
Fuck.
But it's only 3 points of cold damage. And against Bryn, it misses. So this swarm flies at Bryn, and she just kind of like swats them away. They streak down on the cat and just like trail along its side, leaving these tiny frozen handprints. So that was Leon and the sprites.
I think, like, visually you see kind of like frost form on the outside of its surface.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like stiffens up and it's like being frozen metal.
It is. What's going to happen?
Are you keeping track of it? Should I?
Yeah, if you can just be writing that down somewhere. I think you can actually do it in your character sheet.
It's about to fucking die.
So on initiative 20, I think you can actually heal it as one of your commands. The cloud of mist is just going to... Oh, it can't use 2 in a row. It's just going to attack some people.
The mist?
No, the shards of ice are going to fly up out of... And... it's the only thing that I don't have a roll for. I have to type it out like a Neanderthal.
So much work.
So 1 is going to fly out against Leon. Miss. 1 against Bryn. That's going to hit. Eight points of cold damage.
Okay.
And 1 is going to fire at Roland. And it's also going to miss. All right, that makes it Roland's turn. It's going to punch a sprite. He's going to... Oh, he didn't crit. But he does punch a sprite out of existence, rescuing the cat. Take 2 steps, punch again. Oh my gosh. Actually, cruel. He's going to make a wisdom saving throw. Thank goodness. Okay. So when he punches that sprite, there's a like ominous rumble of thunder, and he realizes that it's about to like explode Bryn, and this bolt of lightning comes down and then suddenly like goes diagonal in the air, and instead it actually catches part of the brazier and lights it,
Nice.
as opposed to murder. It is Bryn's turn.
Okay. Okay, Braziers lit.
You could do another incantation if you want as your action.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still have 7 to go on the incantations.
Oh crap. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Wait, no, we have 6 to go because I did 2 on my turn.
I thought there were only 3 lit. You have 10 total.
Yeah, we had 3, and then I did 1 and a second. I did 2 on my turn. We'd already had at least 2.
So who's chanted previously?
Roland chanted. I think Locke chanted.
No, I almost chanted it, but changed.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I think that's still 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry.
No worries. All right. So Bryn, what you doing? All right. So you keep chanting these words, and you see a fourth glyph appear. Now you can see that they seem to be moving. It appeared under. They seem to be filling the outer circle first. So they finished, and now that there's all four, they're sort of humming. All right, that was your action. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
At the end of your turn,
Actually, never mind, sorry.
No, what's up?
It doesn't really apply yet, but somebody casting mending on my cat will give it hit points back. It's very, very nearly down. It's got 1 out of 30 hit points left.
Okay, yeah, I don't have mending.
you're the only one who has
Do I
mending.
do I have a... No, I already used action, and okay.
Yeah, you don't have an action, but it could, like, you could use it at some point in the future, just FYI.
Okay.
It can heal itself.
Oh, no, she has
also be used by somebody casting mending on it.
All right. At the end of your turn, Roland is going to make a charisma saving throw. And he's going to barely succeed. Actually, he probably succeeds really well because he has all those weird bonuses. It is Locke's turn.
All right, light north, brazier again. With
All right.
He's just going to continue his little dance around brazier and go back north now.
All right.
And then Locke, just in case the pixies come back too soon, he's going to move over here and light that brazier as his action.
All right.
And that's
So you
it.
have 3 braziers, both circles, and 4 glyphs. So you need 6 more glyphs and 1 more brazier.
Can't do that southern one until the cloud is gone. Well, I guess we could try.
It is the Grog Anon's turn. Leon is going to make a strength saving throw. And he just barely succeeds, even though he's real strong.
17 barely succeeds, or 13 barely succeeds?
Well, barely is maybe hyperbolic language.
Okay.
But it was closer than it should have been. So that is her turn. It is Ghost's turn.
Okay. Just to see what will happen, Ghost is going to try shooting old Tom at the brazier that's in the mist, because it does fire. It does fire, and everyone wants to see, like, how that will be affected by the mist. So you
All right.
can shoot brazier with old Tom.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. That hits. So you see the bolt hits sort of down into the brazier, and it lights for a second, but then the mist sort of swirls over it, and it.
Okay, yeah, I figured as much. So then, I think he's gonna stay where he is, because he's been surprisingly good at not getting hit because he hasn't been on the ice with everyone else. And then the kitty is going to repair, and then number 9. Okay.
All right. That makes it Leon's turn. Leon is going to chant. Another glyph pops up. I will hold that for now. All right. It is the non-existent sprites. And then on 20, you see this cloud of mist move. It sort of dissolves and reforms about here. And it is Roland's turn. I think Roland is also going to chant.
Could he make it to the brazier? Probably not, because he has to do half movement.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let me check. Although you do know now that Ghost can light them at range.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
He was
he
in the cloud, so he probably have to move out of the cloud first.
Oh shit! I didn't know that I was in the cloud.
Yep, it springs back up out of the ice on the shore. Yeah, I think Roland's going to chant. Otherwise, y'all are going to die on the ice. Another glyph lights up. And it is Bryn's turn.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, might as well chant.
All right.
Get this shiz done.
Another glyph comes online. So you all are up to 7 now, correct?
Yay.
Yeah. All right. At the end of Bryn's turn, Locke, you get to make a charisma saving.
I have advantage on those, pretty sure. Yeah, I do. I don't know if roll 20 will remember that, but I hope.
You can just roll.
I assume it's magic.
Excellent question. When it says against magic,
Well, that wasn't very good. I hope I get to roll again.
whoops. There we go. That is not well phrased. Yeah, I'll say that it counts.
So I can roll again? Okay. That's better.
That does succeed. Yeah, there's, as far as I can see, there's nothing that specifically outlines what is a magical effect that is not a spell. So we're going to call that GM Fiat. All right, that makes it Locke's turn.
The saving throw against magic is kind of ambiguous in the known racial phrase.
Yeah, it would usually say like spells or I don't know. It's an odd phrasing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so is my unseen servant technically not in the cloud?
He's just on the outside.
Okay, then I'm going to have him move to the east again of that brazier.
All right.
And then Locke is going to bolt back down to southern brazier
All right.
and light it.
Finally figured out a cool way to have those pop on and off, and I'm very pleased with it.
I was going to say, it's much faster. Yeah. And he's just going to cackle a little bit with glee. That he's finally accomplished this little merry-go-round.
Okay.
I think that's all he's going to do, because there's no... He can't do anything else. He's got his bonus action done, and he just did his action like that. So, yeah. Gonna sit back and see what happens. Oh, of course. Speaking of devil,
And it rolled real good this time. All right, and they're gonna kamikaze.
of course they are. Well, wait. Does it technically take? If there is any effect to all 3 of them, all 4 of them being lit? No effect.
Not without the rest of the ritual being done.
Okay, fair enough. They're still worth lighting though, just to kill these stupid fairies.
They are saving you all a lot of damage and action economy.
Yeah, I'll consider it worth it. It's not sexy to keep lighting these, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
Doo-doo.
So he like tackles with the that he's lit them, and then they get burned. Like,
I was definitely caught by surprise that almost none of you took fire spells. Just because they're so common.
I technically have green flame blade that I would be using, but no fairy has ever popped up next to a razor that I've been able to.
Yeah. The other one, it rolls a 19 to hit against a ghost.
Fine. Fine. Damage from it.
That's 2 points of cold damage. Not a big hit.
Nope.
And it is the Groganone's turn.
Fight, which is hilarious.
On the Groganone's turn, Locke gets to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, this is not good. I'm a wizard, yo. I don't do this.
Y'all have been so stinking lucky on this ability,
Okay.
but you are not this time. Oh,
He's gonna use his last luck to reroll this.
all right. Oh no!
Oh, dude.
Oh, this luck is so unlucky.
Whoosh! Tendrils of water wrap up around you and plunge you under the ice. And so you see something. It's the lakeside again, and you see two young boys are playing along the shore, and the woman is watching over them and smiling. They're rolling through the grass and wrestling and playing games of their own imagining with sticks and whatever else they can find nearby. And it's just a happy, sweet little scene. And then you're back under the icy water.
I've never been to the icy water, technically.
You haven't. Well, no, you there mentally went somewhere else for a minute.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It is Ghost's turn.
Will I take an attack of opportunity if I just move out of the from the sprite if I just move out of this?
Interesting question.
I would assume.
By the way,
Let's try to fit one target in the space.
my unseen servant might be able to light a torch this round, but my guy probably will not. So you all should. work on those.
I would say yes, you would take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'll do it anyway. I'm going to move to here. So I'll move here and take that attack, and then I'm going to use Old Tom to light a brazier next to Locke.
All right, and it rolls really badly and scrapes off of your armor.
Sweet.
All right, what do you want your cat to do?
It's going to try to get off the ice. I think it can move here. If it's taking it slow.
Mm-hmm.
And they use its action to heal again.
All right. That makes it Leon's turn. He is going to continue chanting. So is there just one left? See, can you all see 8 of them at this point?
Yes.
All right. That'll be his turn. And then the sprites are going to act. It's going to keep coming at you.
Well, would it go for the fire like they did earlier? Or?
Let's see what the distance is. You know, it probably can't see the fire. It's in the middle of that freezing cloud.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Did I take any damage from being in the freezing cloud?
It only happens at the end of your turn, so you were fine.
Can it even see ghosts?
It can just because he's like, well, and it's also going to follow him. And it's actually going to crit with its tiny little freezy hands.
Wow.
So this time, it's like they managed to find they've swung at you so many times, it's like they're getting smarter. And these ones manage to find all the little like gaps in your armor and just rake their freezing hands across you. And you take 11 points of cold damage.
Wow. Okay. That's the worst hit I've taken since I started this game.
Yeah. It is Roland's turn. Roland is going to... Braziers. I think Roland is going to chant. That leaves you one left after this.
Yay.
And at the same time, the cloud... The cloud's going to stay where it is, and there's going to be some attacks.
Fun.
Whoop. I type like a Neanderthal and go. So it's going to attack the folks next to Braziers. So one against Leon, miss. One against Bren is going to hit. 7 points of piercing damage. And one against the kitty. And it's going to miss.
Yes.
Bren, you get 7 points damage.
Yep. At the end of Roland's turn, so it's going to... Leon is going to have to make a charisma saving throw. Oh, come on. All right. He succeeds. And it is Bren's turn.
Okay, so let me see. We've got all of our chants done, right?
There's one last chant.
But we definitely need those torches up.
Yeah, we do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and light this one right in front of me.
All right. Whoosh. Whoops. Whoosh. All right. It is Locke's turn.
So, can I control my unseen servant still as a bonus action? Like, it has been like he's been doing the exact same thing over and over again, so I don't know if he can still light that bridge up there or not.
That's right, because you're, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me check if it says.
Well, it's not a bonus action for him to do that action. I assume it's a bonus action just to move him.
Yeah, he's probably fine. Let me double check when you have to make this saving throw. Okay. Yeah, you can also go ahead and attempt the saving throw and then see. But yeah, he can light it.
Okay, cool. So he'll definitely light that brazier, and he's just gonna stay put because I don't want him to walk closer to the cloud.
All right, make another strength saving throw.
Come on, you got this.
Yeah, I don't, but thank you.
Oh my gosh. Yep, once again, you're filled with this raging wolf spirit and just claw your way up out of the ice and just heave yourself panting back up on the surface.
Then he gets up and he's like, oh,
All right. So that was your action and bonus action. Do you want to move?
oh, do I? No. Well, yes, because he's just gonna move one space to the left. Because I got something attack.
Ice.
What? Go ahead.
Why not try to get off the ice?
Because I don't suffer. Well, I guess I did suffer that.
Down. If you're on the ice, you get attacked by like the mind magic. We've always established that being on the ice causes like 3 saving forced saving throws.
Well, there's several of those I've avoided. I think because I'm on speed. But the only reason I would stay is because I might have to relight these torches.
I can light it at range. We've already established that.
You can light one.
I have 2 attacks per action. I can take 2 shots.
I guess I'm trying to think exactly what would he do. I think at most he would, if he's going to go off the ice, well, where else? He's here. So let me see here. He to stay in range of that razor, he can move off the ice and go here. I think he'd be comfortable with that because then he'd still be able to jump back in to the area if he needs to. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to move at half movement over there onto the coast. And doesn't have anything else to do, so he's done.
All right. At the end of your turn, y'all's old friends are going to appear again.
Of course they are.
All right.
The specter in the cloud cannot see me, though, right? Because I'm
Good point.
completely outside of the cloud. Aww. Shouldn't have said anything.
So
Do both of those fairies die or just one?
those two go.
Yeah.
So two.
Two that were close to the west Fraser.
They haven't done anything. I mean, inside the cloud and made a good point and spawned them outside the cloud.
And rewound. One of them is going to they don't like things being lit at range. Is there any limit on space? Yep, they can occupy other things' spaces. They're going to dogpile.
Okay, cool. Can my shotgun hit more than one target if they're literally all in my same space?
Not if it's a reskin greatsword. You could theoretically shoot the mortar at yourself.
Here are other things you can
I think I
try.
want to do that.
So first one misses. Second one is going to hit. Whoops, and only two of them are active now. So one more point of damage.
Yay.
And then it is the Groganone's turn. Bryn, strength saving throw. Womp womp. Bryn under the ice again. So you see scene, but this time there's something very different. There's a you don't know. It's hard to describe. You're almost like that is woven into this scene, and there's this sort of brittle, fragile sense to it, like something could break terribly. The lake that has been blue seems murky. In the distance, you can hear the sounds of a terrible battle. The man and the woman are standing at the lake shore. He's older now, maybe a decade older than the first, and she still looks the same. And they're arguing, crying, and speaking soft words cut like cold iron. He's dressed in heavy steel. He's final word, and then he turns to leave, and he takes the young boys with him. She lets Anguish move forward. The man turns and pulls some dark powder and scatters it into the air, and she's repelled back into the and the man into the distance.
Here. Now I feel bad for her.
All right, you are under the water. It is go.
To me. with my machete, and then I'm gonna make it like against the third one.
One drops. Double check the second one drops. Third one drops. You manage to, the two of you sort of falling at the air, manage to bat away the attacking you. All right, that was action and bonus action. Do you want to move?
Yeah, right. So they can theoretically fight any of the braziers.
All right, let's turn. Go ahead and light that brazier.
Actually, I'm going to move up to right here.
Leon lights a brazier, and we're back to the top. Next is going to move. Irish, and it is and is going to say the final part of the chant if the two. So that'll be his turn. He's going to move towards the center. Not that he needs to, but because. Oh, you're still underwater. Make another strength saving throw.
What are you saying that? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, what you actually said was.
Why aren't you working? Anyway.
You managed to claw your way again. So your action. You can still move.
Further away from there.
Just to get off, guys. Well,
this will be mean. Roll advantage because he's again. There's almost like a tamping around green and gold light.
Yes.
And it is.
I think he's gonna for it. Let me think here. I think it for it like that ranger. Oh, definitely would be cast. He was thinking about some of those spells, weighing the benefit. Move the unseen. And that's all. No.
Oh, north of the North Brazier. It could, but he'd end up in yes. Yeah. And for where moving back is somehow further than moving in a straight line. And in the cloud. So he would hit 3, but then as soon as your turn, he'd have to make a save.
Okay with that. The last brazier lit if he can. So he does.
All right, so you light it.
So he lights it. That should trigger the element of our.
Yep. So your unservant strikes a light and finally gets this fourth back up. They're all burning. This whole humming now. This tangible internet and phrase, and one last circle appears in the center and wavers around red. There's this rumbling shake through the ice, whole concert, layers of energy, and all vision. Now there is a running through space. Off to one side, you can see possibly golden blue sky and this huge untouched forest. And on the other side, you see this jagged barrier too far from the man or the boys are visible, but the waters look cold and dark. There's tops of the water, and as waves sort of push across it, you hear it. You can still hear that anguish resonating in the waters. Back. Make a dexterity saving throw. Time for this fight.
Oh boy.
Well, I didn't cast it. I got spell slot.
I'll make a check for roll. Absurd plus 8. The construct, all the circles, all the braziers, it literally just sort of. Who? Oh, you're right. Running somehow.
Thank you.
He makes it too. All right. All the circles. There's this pull through. There's this moment of held and the energy gathers, and then it just bursts outward. All of the circles, all the glyphs dissolve. They just turn into dust, and the ice starts, and it's really, really quickly. All of you except for Brent to make it to the shore without water. Brent like, and then like underneath, and you just fall. It's not harmful again.
More like.
But you do have.
Y'all did do that a long time ago.
Before that.
I mean, in reality, it was like a minute and a half. You all managed to drag your shore, and in the distance, like, "Brew, hey!" You can see that there are now like forms coming to the surface of the water to the northeast.
I'm assuming.
Yep, and I can make him. Just for fun, I did have a token for the Groganone. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Good to see
Should it become visible?
No, she's gone. She now 5 flailing boys in the water to the northeast.
So, where are we at?
Nope, you're out of initiative.
Okay, then to use all of Cornelia to help gather the boys. So he's going to use the to go and help one of them, the corgi to help one of them.
Yeah, it comes to the edge of the lake, like pokes its toe in it. It's like,
The image of the by itself. It would be swimming along at like it would be 50 feet because swim speed, so it'd be half its walking. So, but somehow it's just turning and it's making its way through the water over to.
Yes, Locke is like after hundreds of years of repression, he doesn't care if it's weird magical ass shit.
These children are wintry ice fairies. Chances are good the cat is at the bag.
ice berries. Fucking Yeti.
That's all. He's feeling the relief of not having to hide anymore.
I mean, to be fair, the Yeti was also just what you would use. Or we'll say you all are kind of congregated over there. I'll dissolve the bike and the serpent for now, for simplicity's sake. You're all standing over there, and
Nearby tree all cool. Cat stories.
I'm trying to remember. So, Locke, you went the ice water, right? So I think this only affects. No. All right. So Roland and Leon, their cell phones start going off all at once, like dozens of notifications and messages, like ding 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 ding, ding all back to back. And then Leon's phone starts ringing. He looks at it and like grimaces and then answers, and you can hear the sound of someone yelling, and he's just gritting his giant leonine teeth, and he hands the phone to Brent.
Bryn takes the phone and holds it up to her ear.
Deputy Ambassador, what are you doing? What is happening?
A lot.
Haven't you answered your phone? And the phone's off. And not just like it dies, but there's a burst of static. And almost at the same time, the boys who have been like awkwardly standing over here, they just pass out and fold to the ground.
Uh-oh. Ghost is very, very suddenly alert.
Actually, there's a lot of benches here, and you all hadn't noticed during the fight, but because it was pretty far off. But you can see now there's a bench in the distance, and an old, grizzled-looking human man starts making his way toward you all. He definitely has the aesthetic of being homeless, but something about him looks off. He's walking with this sort of incredible grace, maybe the only word for it. He's practically gliding across the ground. And when he gets close, you realize you can't really make out of his face except for a giant smile. The smile actually stretches his face in these impossible dimensions, literally from ear to ear. And when he smiles, what?
Do I recognize that smile?
You would. When he smiles, the teeth are not human. They look like the teeth of a cat.
I just immediately draw to one knee.
Ewan smiles. Fond. It's a little patronizing, but there's a fondness there.
Locke, while holding his corgi up, both of them at the exact same do a little bit of a...
The thing here laughs at you. And sure, I'll let you roll for it. Everyone make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, I get advantage on this if it's a magic.
It is.
Not really helped.
Unless it's like a 10, you see it.
He's his finger, and all of you go to a knee. And you feel this overwhelming pressure. Just down to the core of your being. Well, I should clarify.
Do you willingly do this, or
It is a profound form of supernatural coercion. He just sort of reaches down and Locke, Bryn, and Ghost down. But now, like, you...
Push to your knees, basically.
Yeah, like, you can't move now.
could I have cast this? Would I have had a spell?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, fair.
This is quite literally god tier magic. This goes off the scale past 9th level.
Okay, so I probably would. Maybe I could cast, but I probably
No, you can't.
Yeah,
it would be worth it to try.
no. You in particular would know this feels like something comparable or maybe even more powerful than Gwishki. And so Locke...
Then that god is like inferior to this cat god.
So Locke, Ghost, and Bryn go down. Leon fights it for a second, and he kind of like frowns at him and just takes like one finger and mimes like pressing down. And you see the ground under Leon starts to like buckle and crack. And then with this loud thud, Leon falls. And he's smiling and sort of walking in a circle around you all. and it's that huge smile. His eyes are reflecting the light in a strange way.
Think Cheshire Cat smile, by the way.
Yes, and all of you make a... honestly, you could make history, religion, or arcana, whichever is your highest.
Do I need to?
No, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
We also just lost someone's audio.
Brennan. No, sorry. We lost,
Oh, it must have... Pat must have still been on.
Yeah, I had to close his laptop because Fate would on.
Race. Let's see what y'all rolled. So Locke, you have an idea of sort of the weight class of what you're looking at. This is definitely a powerful, like, Fey noble. This is someone who is in, like, they're sitting in, like, the top 25.
Jeez.
Yeah. And Bryn, you recognize two things. One, a creature this powerful is not supposed to be here. Like, just absolutely not. It's been one of the things that was agreed upon by both the humans and the Fae early on, and no one of this weight class is supposed to be here. The second thing you realize is that this is the Kate C. This is like the third or fourth in terms of power in the Winter Court. He is the Lord of all Fae Cats. He's sort of the trickster, spook, spy master of the Fae. And he is definitely not supposed to be here. You actually feel sort of like a cold shiver. If the Kate C is here, it's not good. And he's just sort of walking around you all. Ah, all the little pieces arranged on the board. What marvelous pieces. What strange gambits might we see? My little kitten with neon in his blood. A pup of the dark wolf. A lost princess and an exiled knight. All exactly where they need to be. All exactly where I wanted them to be. Everybody insight check.
Wow.
So, Ghost, you pick this strange detail out. He hasn't responded to Roland at all. Like, and even that whatever spiritual psychic force that hit you all, it didn't seem to target Roland. It's like he has a blind spot about Roland.
Huh. Interesting.
And finally you see him turn and look, and it's like he realizes Roland is there for the first time. Wait. Who... What are you? You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be anywhere. And as he's talking, Roland, his eyes go this green and gold. He looks possessed. His whole demeanor changes. Roland is sort of an older guy. He walks like someone who's used to feeling like the weight of age and little hurt and aches and pains. And suddenly Roland he looks taller even. Standing with this regal, proud bearing, and he's glowing this golden green, and it's radiating out from his eyes. They're completely like opaque with this energy. He just walks forward, puts a finger up to his lips and says, "Shh." And he reaches out his hand, and puts it on the forehead of the Kate C, there's a burst of this overwhelming energy. There's this like storm, like thundercloud crack in the sky, and all of you go unconscious.
Oh shit.
When you wake up, the police have showed up. Everyone is back in a human-ish shape. The Kate C is gone. Roland is gone. And there's a set of like charred feline footprints where the Kate C was standing, and then like there's a charred spot around it, and that's where we're going to end.
Oh my god. I think Ghost is now very sensible. I don't know where it is because he basically just put together. He just either banished or obliterated his king.
I'll save you an Arcana check. It was definitely banishment.
Okay. So somehow Roland or something inside Roland just banished Ghost King. He's not happy about that. Wow. That was a hell of a movie.
I
Thank you, Dan.
love this stuff so much. I'm sad that Roland didn't get to be here for that.
Yeah. You're gonna have to like recount that forward. Seriously.
I'll send him the VOD.
Oh yeah. Seriously. Now I really want this to be a proper campaign.
Well, hopefully here soon, I'll be able to rearrange some stuff in my schedule and get more games going.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm happy to import this character over to a more campaign setting.
I will.
I got to use my portents and that actually helped.
Oh, those were clutch. So there was a whole mechanic you all didn't even get to see. If one of you was still under the water, the Draganone's turn rolled back around. Mm-hmm. It saps life out of you and summons a new winter wolf. And you all were so lucky. Like, over and over again, either you didn't go under at all, or you managed to like get out right before its turn pop back up.
Wow. I do feel a little bad just hanging out on the shore and not like getting any like ice effects because
Nope, you were smart. That was definitely needed.
yeah, and you would have acted for sure.
Well, and again, I thought with with a warlock, an artificer, and a wizard, I was sure that at least one of you would pick up like fireball, firebolt, scorching ray, something.
Right.
I actually didn't have it in mind that you all would have to manually light those braziers over and over.
That seems servant though.
Yeah, that was a top contributor.
Yeah, seriously.
I did not expect it to be useful, but it definitely was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Great.
I will let y'all know if we get a chance to run consistently.
Yeah, I'd love to figure whiskey out. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
That little cutscene that we had last time was pretty great. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Seriously. Thank you so much. This was incredible. Whenever we finished this game.
Yeah, and thanks for playing. And I know true one shots are really hard to do, like the one and done. So thanks for coming back so we could do this boss fight.
Oh yeah.
All right. See y'all hopefully in the future.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm almost around the community.
I don't need much motivation to play this Twister. I'm always gonna have this little manager call.
I really love you that you were happy to let it be a corgi.
About to use the spell summon beast, and I would have had yet another creature.
Oh man.
Second.
But giant. A corgi the size of a person.
We'd all officially start acting as a pack and lock the alpha.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw out a thanks to anybody who came on stream.
Yeah.
I gotta go take care of a little tiny human in bed.
Have a good one.
Yeah, everybody have a great night.
You too.
And I'll make sure Pat listens to the end of that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And he was my bold volunteer because I
You needed somebody for him to be the vessel.
well, and I was like, man, if somebody is even remotely good for this, I'd really like to have someone in this role.
Gotcha. Wow.
It's a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna go feed these guys.
All right, I'm out, y'all.
Peace. Thanks for letting me play this character. It was really cool.